Yes, everyone, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur. It's your boys Jack and Dave here. We're going to be giving our reactions as per usual to these Spurs creator predictions, and we're off the back of the North London Derby defeat. We'll see how people's predictions might be changing or whether people are looking for a bit of revenge against the Chelsea here, Dave, against the Blues. They've had strangely a more miserable season than almost anybody, really, I'd say, kind of the usual top six. Let's hope that we can add some misery to it.
Look, it would be really nice to add a bit of misery to it, but also give a bit of belief back into our fan base for this last fight for the Champions League push. It's all about the players going out there and reinvigorating the confidence from the fans into them. So let's see how they get on after that North London Derby defeat, Jacko, and hopefully restore a bit of pride, because let's not forget, Chelsea did derail our season earlier on and taking away our 10-game unbeaten run as well, and the season sort of derailed since then, so we owe them one. Not only the fact that we owe Pochettino one as well. So look, we'll get straight into it and we'll find out what the creators have to say. And we do start today with the one and only Ben from We Are Tottenham TV. Good to have him back on this show.
How's it going, David? Jack here to give my prediction for the Chelsea game Thursday night under the lights at Stamford Bridge, which we all know is a terrible hunting ground for Spurs. I mean, I think I can just remember one win at Stamford Bridge in my whole lifetime, but those records are there to be broken. But to be honest, I'm not really going into this with much confidence when you're looking at our last two games. 3-2 defeat in the North London Derby, 4-0 away at St James's Park. We've got a terrible away record at the moment. And look, Chelsea are not exactly the greatest team sitting in mid-table at the moment, but they're going to want to sign off in style, especially against a Tottenham team, which you can get at. But I think if we're ever going to win at Stamford Bridge, this has got to be it. Ange has got to get the team up. We've got to go there in full voice as a fan base. And I've just got visions. I've got visions in my mind. Spurs being 1 or 2-0 up, and the Spurs fans singing "He's magic, Maurizio Pochettino," just to put a bit of daggers in their hearts, because they all want Poch out at the moment. So it'll be nice if we can get a win, 3 points. I can't really see it though. I'm going to go for 2-2. I can see Chelsea having the better of it in the first half and maybe Spurs coming back into it in the second half. But sorry, I couldn't fill you guys with much confidence today, but I'm still pretty down after the North London Derby defeat. But let's hope that can change on Thursday night. Come on, you Spurs.
Let's hope we can change Ben's spirits. He's gone for a 2-2. I mean, still Spurs scoring some goals and giving them a challenge, but he is right. Our record there is terrible. They always seem to show up against us, and he seems to think too that this Chelsea team can cause us problems, that they might end up having a better first half and it will be us kind of coming back in the second half.
Yeah, look, Jack, sadly that Ben couldn't fill us with confidence. He was really deflated after the North London Derby. I got to meet him after the game and I had a conversation with him about it. Really deflated. But look, a number of things he says there. I think the last one we had was there in 2018. I think that was the first time in 20 years, I think. So it's not a happy hunting ground like Ben has alluded to. Also, our away form, I think we've won, 2 in our last 10. So we're not doing too well away from home right now either. And we're leaking a shed load of goals at this moment in time as well. Some would argue, do our players already think they're on the beach? So, look, I'm like Ben, actually, Jack. I'm not really going into this game expecting an awful lot from this Tottenham team, and hopefully it works out in my favour. Hopefully I have everything to gain and nothing to lose off the back of that. But look, let's keep it moving. Let's hear what Shaie from Spurs Talk Show has to say. Big up, Shaie.
Yes, guys, Sean here, Spurs Talk Show. Hope you're all well. This is my Chelsea predictione. Look, Stamford Bridge, never an easy place for Tottenham to go. What is it, 1 win in 20 years or something? The kind of gods are against us. It feels like we're cursed there. So I'm not going to expect a win. I think also second game in a week, Tottenham aren't used to it. A lot of energy was probably put into the Arsenal game. Players probably are going to be a little bit deflated. I'd hope to see a reaction. I'd love it if we could put the wrongs right. I'd like to see a couple of changes. I'd like to see maybe Emerson Royale coming at left back. I wouldn't mind seeing Pap Sarr start again and maybe Richarlison get a starting berth as well. Also, Maddison, I think, should be dropped, and Lo Celso given some minutes, because his performances of late haven't deserved continuation in the team. So they're the changes I'd like to see. Also, this might sound weird, but if we're going to concede goals between now and the end of the season, I probably would prefer them to be from set pieces, so that the body of evidence becomes too big and too strong to ignore. And Ange will have to acknowledge that there is a problem there that right now he doesn't seem to want to. We need to resolve that and get better at that. I'm predicting 2-2. Should be a good game. It usually is. Feisty one. And yeah, looking forward to it. Let me ask you one last favour, guys, and that is to make sure you smash the subscribe for Jacko and Dave, and hit the like button on their video as well, because they're brilliant people. Love you guys. 2-2. Come on, you Spurs.
Thanks, Shano. Everybody, 2-2 again. Looks like seems to be the scoreline we might be hearing a lot from. Sean's going for plenty of changes, which makes a lot of sense for some of them being the injuries, right, and going with something else. To see if we can go with different kind of selection of players, but also players like Madison, who are dramatically underperforming right now. He feels like needs to be, given that rest and, given that time off. So I like that prediction there. And I like the fact that he's calling for changes and whatnot. But Dave, what did you take from Sean's prediction? We're getting another 2-2, it looks like. That seems to be the theme.
Yeah, I mean, 2024 seems to be the rebirth of the Desmond, Jack. The name is becoming very, very popular again. Look, I actually agree with Sean on the changes. I've done my predicted lineup. I've dropped Madison out of it completely. I believe 5 in the last 6 games, Postecoglou has took off Madison, with Spurs losing and still hunting for a goal. So he's clearly not at it. Against the Arsenal and North London derby, he was way off it. I'll be brutally honest. I'm fed up with the guy. I do think he is preserving himself for the Euros and holding himself back. He doesn't want to get hurt. I think he has to be dropped. This is where I differentiate with Shaie. I don't want to see Lo Celso near the team. Everyone keeps mentioning this guy's name. He's been at Tottenham, 5 years now, and he still hasn't produced the player that people keep telling me is there. I'd argue he looked a lot better when Kulusevski went into that number 10 in the second half after Madison was hauled off, and I think he should be the guy given the opportunity to play. And lastly, I'm glad Sean sees what I see with Papa Matasar, because the guy's absolutely integral to that midfield. He's the guy that does all the legwork, all the dog work, and it doesn't get recognised and it doesn't get spoke about enough. And when he's not in there, we lose games. It's that simple. We also concede a lot of goals when he's not there, so I think it's very important that he gets in. But I agree with Sean. I want Ange to ring the changes for this game and hopefully get a reaction, Jacko.
And lastly, he also wants the rest of the goals that we concede to be only set pieces, so that the mountain of evidence, in his words, is too overwhelming for Ange Postecoglou, which if we're going to concede any, I don't even know if I could take it, actually. As much as I would like the point to be proven to Ange, I'm not sure if I could take that for the rest of the season. Every single rest of the goals be only set pieces. Might have to intermix it a little bit more, but big up to Sean, and we'll keep this moving. Sonny talks Spurs next one in the lovely Benfica kit. See what he has to say.
What is up, guys? It's Sonny from Sonny Talk Spurs, back again, this time wearing the Benfica shirt again. I've seemed to look like I don't change what I wear, but I do. I just happen to be wearing this again for this video. So, enough of that chat. You want my prediction, Dave, ahead of Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspur away at Stamford Bridge? I don't know what to say. I don't know how to call it. Chelsea, hit and miss. Tottenham, hit and miss. But we don't do well away from home at Stamford Bridge. And they'll be up for it. It's their cup final, isn't it? And we know how we do in cup finals. We usually bottle them. So if I'm going to nail my flag to the mast, I am going to say that Tottenham are going to draw 2-2. No idea, though.
Another Desmond there, Dave. I was spot on. It looks like that's going to be the theme today. Everybody's enjoying the London sunshine, but they're giving out these Desmonds for free, it looks like. They're just coming out all the time here. And it looks like, the theme is, right, the record at Stamford Bridge. You just can't avoid it. You can't look around it. Can't look past it. It's something that doesn't really fill anyone with confidence. And so I look forward to whoever is going to give us the first win. My prediction might be, that it's the next man hereafter. But Dave, what are your thoughts on Sonny's 2-2 as well?
Yeah, look, I get the nervousness and the trepidation coming in, us seasoned Spurs fans. Us with a bit of that still live in reality. We do understand how hard it is to get to Stamford Bridge and pick up a result. Yeah. The only thing I would say that's going in our favour is I believe they got 13 or 14 players out injured. So that might work out in our favour a little. Also, stop Cole Palmer, and I think you might actually have a chance there. So like Ben maybe said earlier on, there is probably no better time to do it than now if you want to get that hoodoo off your back. Let's keep it moving. Let's see what Lee has to say. I don't know where he could go with this one. Could it be positive, Jack, or do you think it's another Desmond?
Well, if we know how the lead, the Dorset Spur, and the rest of that Dorset crowd, ride into the games. They come in, nice and well-oiled, nice and positive, nice and, confident. So if he's carrying any of that, maybe we'll get the win from him. I have a feeling he might break the deadlock here.
With hair like Lee's, you can imagine him walking in like the Mafia.
Definitely so. He's going with a big prediction here, the Mafia man.
Hey everyone, Lee the Dorset Spur back for my prediction for the Chelsea versus Tottenham game. Well, they don't come any bigger than this one for Ange Postecoglou, do they? After losing in the North London derby and the manner in which we lost in the North London derby, I'm sure he'll be desperate to start to put things right very, very quickly. Chelsea have not had this much trouble since before the Russian rubles come along, so we've really got to take advantage of that. It's not going to be easy. Chelsea will always try to step up against us. And this being at home, where we have a really, really terrible record, it's going to be one hell of an ask. But Ange has got to get into them. He's got to make sure that these players play with the right level of passion and the right level of effort, and that Mr. Vicario makes sure that he looks after himself in that goal area. We cannot afford to keep shipping goals the way we have been. So, what we're going to go with this time? Well, never going to call out my team to lose. Absolutely not going to do that. So I'm going to go with a edgy 2-1 win to the Spurs. Up the Spurs.
Oh, I knew it, Dave. I got it perfectly spot on. I knew he was going to break the deadlock. A 2-1 it is. I hope so. And they have had a miserable season. So you do think if anybody is going to break this, great record for Chelsea and horrible record for Spurs at Stamford Bridge between the two sides, it could be this especially special, terrible Chelsea team this year.
No, look, you'd like to think they're there for the taking. One thing I would say on the air of caution there, Jack, is I remember we were going for the league title and, they had nothing to play for in the Battle of the Bridge and they turned up and ruined it for us. We know that they love helping Arsenal as well. We just need to try and beat them and get over the line, but it is going to be a tough ask. One thing I'll give Chelsea, they always turn up for Tottenham Hotspur. Always. So it's going to be a tough ask, but I do like the fact that Lee has broke the trend for once. I thought we were getting another Desmond there. I thought 4 in a row. I thought I was playing Connect 4 there with you for a minute, Jack. But fair play to Lee for breaking the duct. Come on, you Spurs.
Big up to Lee. I knew my confidence in you was for a good reason. But now we're going to my guilty pleasure. See what he has to say. I wonder if he'll surprise us with a win. I'm not saying he will, but you never know with Alex. He can surprise us. So see what he has to say.
My worst nightmare.
Yo, it's Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV, back with my prediction for the Chelsea game on Thursday. And my prediction is a 1-1 draw. The reason for that are two teams that are very much inconsistent, that have got nothing to play for, and that's it. And also, I couldn't give a monkeys about the season right now, and that's it. I'm being honest. We've got nothing riding on this game. We're all thinking about next season. And really, there's nothing more to say, and that's it. Even if we're going for Champions League, I couldn't give a monkeys, because we all know where that's going, and that's it. So really, I'm on the beach, like some of the Tottenham boys were on the beach in the derby last game, and that's it. And that's coming from your boy, Mr. Box Office, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment. And if you don't know, get to know.
My guilty pleasure, and that's it. While he's on the beach, I hope that he has some prescription sunglasses, nice and polarized, that he can really enjoy this new sunlight that everybody seems to be enjoying. You can tell out in London and in England. But Dave, Alex, he's gone for a draw, but not the 2-2. He's gone for the 1-1, and he says that both teams have nothing to play for. Do you agree with him?
Yeah, maybe he can have a pina colada while he's on the beach, Jack, Alex. Look, I actually would look at it. I think he's being over positive. The fact that he thinks we're only going to concede 1 goal, I mean, there's positivity right there from Alex.
Nearly a clean sheet.
Yeah, nearly a clean sheet. We're nearly there. Maybe our positivity is rubbing off on him at times, Jacko. But look, what I will say is, I think Alex probably sums up a lot of thoughts from the Spurs fan base at the minute, that they are sort of washed their hands with the season. All the focus seems to be on next season. You listen to Postecoglou's press conferences when he asked, all the focus seems to be on next season from him as well. If we do lose to Chelsea, that's the season over. It's petered out. It's done. You're going to get some sort of European football. You take it from there. So hopefully we can get a win and get Alex back from the beach, Jack. Emergency callback.
Perhaps 2 cup finals for the teams left here with nothing to play for Alex, and he'll just be enjoying it from the beach, probably not even paying attention to it. He's done with the season. Don't really blame him. And that's it. My guilty pleasure. But we're going to move on to Spurs Kings TV. Marlon, he sent it in his prediction. Another man enjoying that sunshine. See what he has to say.
Dave, Jack, hope you are well. So it's the prediction for the Chelsea game. I'm not going to lie. I'm still peed off about the North London derby. And I think I'm more peed off with Spurs fans, the future of Spurs fans. I don't think any of them understand the North London derby and what it means. And do you know what? I don't even care about the next game against Chelsea. The season's done for me. Like that, being 3-0 down at home, I don't care how the team plays, like it's unacceptable. But we're gonna, look, you've asked me for a prediction against Chelsea, so I'm gonna give it. Look, it doesn't matter how positive I want to be about this game. I think it's going to be a third defeat on the spin. It's Chelsea away. Spurs don't get results. And this, you know, Chelsea always seem to turn up. Like, we haven't beat Chelsea since 1990, I think it is, Gary Lineker. Well, once, right? And then we've had the Dele Alli special. We ain't winning this. Chelsea are going to turn up for this game. Doesn't even matter what we do. So I'm going for a 2-1 defeat. I'm not, look, I don't think I can be positive about Spurs for the rest of the season. That North London derby has killed me, literally killed me. So I'm giving you honest predictions now. I can't be all happy about what's going on. And look, I'm emotionally done. I'm emotionally done. This is what North London derbies do to me. You might get a cheery one for, I don't think you'll get a cheery one for Liverpool. You might get a cheery one for Burnley when I do that prediction. Where this game's going to be won and lost, well, if they couldn't even turn up and do, you know, get set pieces done for a North London derby, you know, Poch, look, Arteta and Howe have all seen what's going to do. They're all going to try and do set pieces. Let's see, you know, Ange thinks it's not a problem. Let's see what happens. But yeah, I'm going 2-1 Chelsea. Big up to Dave and Jack. Apologies for the miserable prediction, but this is what happens when you don't turn up for the North London derby. But as always, come on you Spurs.
Come on you Spurs. Hey, someone's got to be honest. Everybody, I think, should be honest, you know, for these predictions. The only one who we usually leave that to is Dermatron with his lovely delusion, you know, with his predictions. But Marlon, Dave, he's the man that's predicted his first or our first loss on this prediction show. Everyone else has given us draws or, I believe, one win. And he seems to be done with the season as well. He's kind of with Alex here, where he doesn't really much care for the rest of the results. I think the North London derby has taken a lot out of him, as he said there. And it feels like he's waiting on a plane by the background noise, you know, with Alex to get on the beach, pull it on those polarized sunglasses, and ride out the rest of this year. Big up to Marlon.
I was going to say, hopefully it's not the Lord sending us a sign, Jack, you know, that our season's over through Marlon's video, you know, because he's been so right a lot of times this season. Or we know that our Marlon's probably sitting by Heathrow Airport right now, so if we do lose, he's probably just going to join Alex straight away. But look, it does seem like Marlon got his therapy session out there, so you're welcome for free of charge on that one, Marlon. But I get it. He's a defeated man right now, and I fully understand. Like I said earlier on in the video, it's up to this squad now to try and pull some of the fans back in for a little bit of a fight towards the end of the season. But he's spot on. I mean, North London derby 3-0 down after 36-38 minutes. I mean, it's nowhere near good enough. To be honest with you, I was ready to walk around to the ticket office and ask for a refund at that point. It was just ridiculous, you know, not getting the basics right, not learning your lessons. And look, he's every right. He's well within his right to be able to predict the loss, because when do we win there? We just don't. We've won one over the last 20 years.
Yeah, and he's completely dejected after that North London derby defeat. No reason, he feels like, to get himself up again. He's crushed, Marlon. So I hope, as always, usually with your predictions, it feels like Dave and I usually hope that you're wrong. So let's hope that you're wrong at some stage, you know, with this game. Big up to the Spurs Kings TV, though. Do check them out. And now we're going over to El Tel Cockerel. Jose, check out his channel as well, please, everybody. See what he has to say.
Good afternoon, Dave and Jack, and all you supporters of the Irish Hotspur. Here's my prediction for the Chelsea-Tottenham game. Being played at Stamford Bridge tomorrow night on Thursday. Just had the news that Werner's out for the rest of the season. It's only 2.5 weeks left. And so's Ben Davies. So it's 2 enforced replacements for Thursday's game, which will then mean I'm hoping that we bring in that we go with the front three of Kulu, Richie and Sonny, which was our effective lineup of the front three in the unbeaten 10 games. And for Werner, for Davies, you can either bring in he's probably going to bring in Emerson, isn't he? I also think something needs to be done with Madison. I think Madison's had enough chances. I think we need to play another number 10 there instead of Madison, give Madison a breather. I'm predicting that there'll be lots of chances for both teams this weekend because of the way that both teams play or have been playing, and the form has been as such. However, in saying that, what I will say is that without Werner there, we've got other players that probably be able to finish their dinner better. So I'm going for a really entertaining game, and I believe that we can get Chelsea. We own for what happened at White Hart Lane. I hope referees don't get involved. I hope there's no VAR involved in the game tomorrow night. But I'm going to go, I'm confident, and I'm going to go with Spurs to win 3-1. Come on, you Spurs. In the mighty hands we trust. And keep supporting this channel. Like, subscribe, become a member. Come on.
Nice one, Jose. 3-1, Dave. Will Dermatron be able to beat a 3-1? That will be interesting. Chelsea, he feels like they're a team that will give us lots of chances. I think that was the theme that I kept hearing from Jose there, that he feels like this will be a game and an entertaining game because both teams are slightly leaky and they can create chances. So he thinks that this will be maybe a goals galore type of game.
Well, I think so. I mean, you look at Chelsea, they got a lot of the back line out. Thiago Silva, Diaz, Colwill, Reece James, people like that. You look at us, we concede a lot of goals whether we try our best or not. I do hope that Emerson comes in and solidifies us a little bit more. I mean, Jose didn't seem too happy about that option, but I'm more than happy with it. I argued he should have started for the North London Derby and was probably proven right by Ben Davies' performance. Weirdly enough, he didn't call for Lo Celso, which I'm a bit interested to know why. You know, he's a big fan of him to step in there for James Maddison. But also, I know we kept Jose happy this week, Jack. He got plenty of time to be able to get the team news into and stuff before he sent over the prediction video this week, and he looked a lot more happy in himself. So I'm glad we could make one Spurs fan's day this week, Jack.
Someone's got to have a positive going into this week. Big up to El Tel Cockerel. And now it is the Tron. Can he beat a 3-1? Will he go bigger than that? I don't know, Dave. I'm not sure if he will. He's a guy that seemed pretty frustrated after that North London Derby defeat. See what he has to say, the Tron. Can he go bigger?
Hey, this is aka Dermatron, and this is my match day prediction: Chelsea versus Spurs in the Premier League. Look, we're all upset and we're all angry with the North London Derby. I think overall the performance was good. I think for sloppy possession or sloppy at set pieces, I think that was our downfall. I think the referee was atrocious, but look, that's for another time and another place. I think we have to move on from that. All the Ange out stuff, I think it's absolute bullshit. But look, it is what it is. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but not all opinions are right. Look, I think it's important we have to put in a performance on Thursday against Chelsea. I think it's also important that that Ange does put Van der Ven on where Ben Davies was and put Rudo in the centre. I think that's the way he should have gone on Sunday. But look, he didn't, and that proved to be a mistake by him. But look, it is what it is. We move on. We've got Chelsea, and we should beat Chelsea. They've been very inconsistent. But look, I'm going for a 2-2 draw. I can't see anything else but a draw in this game. So that's my match day prediction. Big up, lads. Come on, you Spurs.
He's gone for a 2-2 draw. He's joined the crowd. Who would have thought Dermot swimming in the mainstream, Dave? He's actually one of the rest. He usually is never like that. He's often an individual. He's often very unique in his score predictions, in just his assessment of the games. And he's gone with the mainstream one here, Dave. I'm actually a little disappointed in him. You can tell he's not in the right headspace if he's doing that.
I mean, who knocked the stuffing out of Dermo? We're in deep trouble if Dermo ain't, living in Lulu land, and it's sad to see, to be brutally honest. You let me down there, Dermo. I was hoping we could end off on a nice high with you like we have done all season long. I want to know who took the gas out of Dermot's hot air balloon. We need to fill him back up with sherbet for next week. But look, hopefully we can get the win today, Dermo, and hopefully, get you back in on the fight. But it is a sad day. You've got issues when they've knocked the wind out of Dermo. So sad to see. But hopefully we can change that tonight, Jacko.
The toughest man to knock out, probably, when it comes to the Spurs business and these score predictions. The hardest man. Usually the air is never lost in him, but looks like it's starting to wane. But let's see if we can get a good result against this Chelsea, and then we'll get Dermatron back up to the 5-0 and the 4-0 where he belongs. Everyone, smash that like button, please. Do get down in the comments which of your score predictions was your favorite, as well as your own. Do thank Dave for putting these videos together as well and chopping it all up and editing it nice and succinctly. And we'll be seeing you for the next one. Dave, any final words from yourself?
No. We just need to go and win. No excuses. Make up for the North London Derby defeat. Come on, you Spurs. In the big hands we trust. We never stop.